How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the stream. I see we got Era making it to their first stream. Welcome aboard. Sandra Johnson, welcome back. Sandra, you know what? Once again, you got a Swedish name, so I'm almost certainly saying that wrong. Acusia, welcome. Dark Iran. Is it Dark Iran or Dark Iran? Welcome either way. Caleb, welcome. Welcome. Indie Country. Yeah, we are back with the hardcore world. I think it should be the last one for until my next Everwake cycle is over. I should be getting back. I heard from Viking that I should be getting Everwake back tomorrow. But today is hardcore. So let me show you what has been going on. That's what's been going on. Lots of terraforming. But the island is coming along, right? This is about stage 1 done. The basic terraforming is done now. So we do have a task for today. One little bit, if you guys remember, because this is going to be a video, we've been kind of working through a time-lapse section for the last several streams, which is just getting this island built. It is so much custom terrain. Oops, let's not x-ray. Just trying to show what's going on underneath here. Anyways, today we are going to be finishing that time lapse with making the bucket list, which is going to be a little bit along the lines of like a Stonehenge type structure. So it's gonna go right about here. There's probably gonna be a big pretty tree right in the middle of it, and around it will be our bucket list items. Now, if you don't know what the bucket list is, the whole point of this series is it's a world of firsts for me, right? I've never had my own hardcore world, so that's the big first. But also, I'm a bit of a chronic early gamer when it comes to Minecraft. I don't tend to take worlds all the way to late end game. Now I have, but I don't do it very often, which is odd, especially considering how long I've played this game. I've played it since alpha, so since 2011. And I want to change that. So this is a world of firsts. I'm making a bucket list and I want your help. Bucket list of things I've never done in Minecraft. Now, obviously, you don't know all the things I have and haven't done in Minecraft, so that's just how it goes. I'm gonna have to turn down some suggestions, but I am looking for suggestions of what to add to the bucket list. So while we're working through the list, or getting the actual place for the list built, I would like some suggestions. Right now, I want to build a conduit. I've never built a conduit, so if you don't know what a conduit is, it's a little structure you can build to help you breathe underwater. It's kind of hard to make for obvious reasons, but I want to build a conduit. I want to oh man, I have 4 things I know for sure, but every time I try to list them, my brain starts forgetting what they are. I want to excavate a trails ruin, so that's like the primary archaeology structure. I want to oh gosh, I'm totally drawing a blank. What else do I want to do? Got an unskippable triple ad. Ouch. Also, hi people in chat. Polypore, welcome. Storykeeper, Giggle Middens. Yeah, terraforming has been brutal, especially this early game before having enchants and such. One thing I know for sure that we're going to want to go ahead and go do is go get some cherry blossom, because the tree I want to put in the middle is going to be a big custom cherry blossom tree. What do you think? Gosh, I can't think. It's driving me nuts that I can't think of the other 2 things. Oh yeah, I want to breed a perfect horse and I want to breed a blue axolotl. That's the other 2 things. So that's the list right now. Breed a blue axolotl, breed a perfect horse, make a conduit, and excavate a trails ruin. I'm aiming for around 10 to start out with. Elky Dogs, welcome to the stream. Collect 1 of every collectible item. Oh my gosh. See, I like that idea. That's a massively that's a massive task. Like, there's things that most people What the heck is this song? I think I had the wrong playlist playing because stream playlist is not supposed to have lyrical songs. Anyways, did I go to a village yet? No, I have not been to a village just yet. Technically, I thought the time lapse was over up until a few minutes ago, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to actually build the bucket list before this time lapse is over. So that is what we're going to be doing, is finalizing the bucket list. Do you know if the horse, how do you know if the horse is perfect? There's ways to measure it. I don't know fully. I know you can measure it, but again, I've never done it before, so I don't know for sure. That will be a bridge we cross when we get there. And I don't know if it's necessarily like I'm going for the truly for sure the most perfect horse, just very, very close to perfection. Why did I chop down that tree? I don't know. What cherry blossom forest do I feel okay about? Okay, this one is pretty big actually. Yeah, let's get from there. Yeah, a lot of the things I've never done in Minecraft are either like obscure mechanics, like I only just recently made my first ever bee farm. I did that during the beet challenge. That was the first time I'd ever made a bee farm. Also recently made my first iron farm. That's part of why I'm actually getting around to doing this series now, is because I've started doing more things lately in Minecraft, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do this idea for a series, I better do it now before I've done everything, all the interesting stuff. You gonna do the F3 or a mod? What? Joanne, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Build a zoo is something I've actually always wanted to do as well. It's a more of an abstract thing to do in Minecraft. Like, you gotta, as far as like bucket list items of things you've never done in Minecraft, you gotta be a little more clear cut about something. Like, it's got to be an existing mechanic. It can't be something a little abstract like build a zoo, because the list of things I haven't done that are abstract concepts are infinite, you know? So it's got to be like a real mechanic. Everwake Thursday, yes, I will be getting Everwake back tomorrow. Map art's a great idea. Map art's a really good idea. In fact, me and my wife have talked about that a bit, and there was some good ideas. So map art would be a good thing. Let's go ahead and start writing down the list. I do hear, let me make sure this is properly paused, because I definitely heard a zombie. Okay. Oh, that's the cave that we've been in, that I went in before the first stream. Okay. Number 1. Make a conduit. Number 2, excavate a trails ruin. Number 3, breed a perfect horse. Number 4, breed a blue axolotl. 5, yeah, let's do make map art. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we are currently, we have half the list. We need to come up with another 5. I have a couple other things listed. I'm just not sure. So here's some other things I haven't done in Minecraft. Let me know if you guys find them interesting. Hatch a sniffer. I've never done that. Acquire every record disc. Never done that. Get every achievement. Now that's a big one. That might be a separate thing altogether. We'll see. Live in the nether. So I could make one episode like basically 100 days nether survival, that kind of thing. I've never farmed frog lights. I've never at all made my own frog lights. Let alone farm it. Yeah. That's some of the things that's things I have written down. That's not necessarily everything I've never done, but that is generally a list. Okay, I chopped down a bit of a cherry blossom. I'm so busy talking that I'm not really playing. Let's see. Did I even cut down fully the tree that I chopped a bit of? Shoot, did I just leave a decimated tree somewhere? That's especially egregious in a pretty place like this. Dang, I might have. Ugh. I'm still not sure about some of the new cow sounds. They're kind of freaky. Frog lights, build a Nautilus stable. I suppose I could. Again, we're getting a little bit abstract there, but that's about as close to abstract as I'd want. Like, naming specific builds that are not functional is, or builds that are not, like, directly attached to a mechanic, like a nether portal or a conduit or something. Those are, those would be okay because those are, like, existing concepts. A stable is, like, a relevant existing concept, but it's very loosey-goosey, you know? I think it would be fine to have something like that on the list, but it's as close to just an abstract concept as I'd want to go. Getting all achievements in hardcore is impossible, especially if you do fall from world height to low rung and die. Oh, I'm sure people have done it. Yeah, that would be really sketchy to do in hardcore, though. Remember to grab the flowers on the ground for dye. I should just grab some to have them, but yeah, I mean, we are really close to home. Like, that's home right there, so it's not a big deal if I need to come back. I'm still a little picky about the things I grab because I still don't have, like, the most storage space. But yeah, I can go and grab a few of these. What I really need is some saplings. I think I still haven't successfully fully chopped down a tree, have I? This one, yeah, I didn't cut this down all the way. Surely there's another log hiding in here somewhere. Is there really not? Maybe not, but I did. Okay, I've gotten a couple saplings. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's chop down one more. How did we get here achievement? All potion effects. Yeah, that one sounds like that one does sound like a true nightmare to do in hardcore. What we got going on in here? Oh, hello, Mr. Enderman. Ooh, some coal. Kind of always on the lookout for coal, especially with how much smelting of stone I've had to do for the terraforming so far. I have been just consuming all of the easy to get coal in the world. Cherry trees are annoying to chop down. Yeah, a little bit. Ooh, this cave does continue. Okay, never mind. I've got enough cherry to satisfy me for the moment. Fair enough. How about a mob spawner with the loot being transported into your primary storage via aqueducts? Okay, so that's you raise a good point. Farms are very much something that is interesting, right? Because I would consider farms a structure, right? There's kind of an approach for farms that you do to do them right. They can have some abstract to them, but at the end of the day, you are building a build that follows a rule set to accomplish something. And there are a lot of farms I have never done because I'm not that technical of a player when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm also not sure how much I enjoy doing farms, but maybe, at least some. You've made redstone farms, but what about a fully automated redstone farm? Like a farm that gets redstone? That would be from a witch hut. Could probably do that, yeah. It's not a bad shout. I think we limit to maybe one farm for the bucket list, because I don't really want most of my bucket list items to just be farms. I'd rather actually be doing like more interesting stuff than redstone. But we could do one. So maybe if we want to talk farms, we could talk about what farms people are interested in, like a Froglight farm, for instance. And then if we have a few options, perhaps we can put it to vote later. I'm doing a little material gathering before we actually start building this thing. Cherry just hides in the leaves. Yeah. What are your thoughts on using tutorials versus figuring out a farm yourself? I'd probably, for the most part, follow tutorials, but try to add my own spin to it a little bit. Like a farm that is all redstone powered, no manual farming. That is sort of impossible. It depends on the farm. I mean, okay, like melon farms can be done like that. Crop farms can, but I've done that. I've never made a melon farm. I have made automated like wheat farms and such. Or I guess I made a beet farm. I made a beet farm. I never did it for hay or for potatoes or wheat and all that. It's literally the same farm. You just swap out the ingredient. Perhaps. Let's see, what else have you guys said while I was distracted? Have you ever tried chopping down mangrove trees? Yes, it's brutal. Got yeeted from the top of a forest spruce in a thunderstorm and couldn't find it till it cleared up. Ouch. One of each tree on the island. I mean, maybe not on the island, but I definitely want to get all tree types. Oh, Josh, I wanted to tell you something I learned yesterday. If you throw a nautilus shell at a drowned, they will drop the trident 100% of the time? No kidding. I did not know that, Jennifer. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I also have a nautilus shell, but I need the nautilus shells right now for the conduit. Is the thing. You need 9 of them for a conduit. Adventuring time, visit all 54 unique biomes. I don't know if I've ever gotten that achievement. I've definitely never gotten all achievements. There's a lot of achievements I've never gotten. Like, let's have a look at some of these. These aren't even fully unlocked. There's a lot still not here. Yeah, see, like, obviously that I've never gotten. That's a new achievement, though. Done that. I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe I've done that. Yeah, there's a lot of these I've never done. But also, again, it takes a long time to do a full achievement run. So this would almost be like doing a whole achievement run is kind of a series in and of itself. If I did try to get all achievements in this world, it would be something we do after the bucket list. It would not be a single bucket list item. Easy Fisher, make getting nautilus shells easier. True. Could do that. I think if I'm gonna do a farm, it'll probably be a Froglight farm, because that I will get the most use of all farms, probably. I mean, I'd probably do like an iron farm too, but if it's gonna be like something that goes on the list, probably a Froglight farm. Create a song with note blocks. That's an idea. I've messed around with note blocks a long time ago. I probably technically made some songs, but I never... Certainly not that I remember ever committed to making a song with note blocks. Could be fun. Would want to find a cool twist to make it a little more interesting. But yeah, that's an idea. Okay. I'm now walking in circles again. So let's take a moment to think about what we need to do. It's pretty telling that I've been using custom advancement screen mods for so long that I've already forgotten how small the unmodded screen is. Yeah, it's quite awkward to navigate. I believe this isn't even all the tabs. Okay. So what we're gonna do, right? I'm just gonna mark this out roughly. Probably right about here. Does it seem about right? It's a little tricky without having the full radius. I think maybe a little bit more this way. Too far. Yeah, that's about right. So what my starter base is going to be roughly is a circle that encompasses this radius. Right here in the center is where our big cherry blossom will be. Right in the center of this big circle is going to be the bucket list. And the bucket list is going to be a circle probably around this big. Roughly, obviously rough. I could do the UHCG song with note blocks. That's fun. That's actually probably wouldn't transfer too badly. Maybe. But yes, tree here. And then what we're going to do for the actual bucket list, like for each individual item, is I'm going to have a little redstone contraption. Shoot, I don't have a piston here. I want to test this out and get this ironed out anyway. So let's run over to the base and grab some stuff. Definitely going to be building that bridge before too much longer. Because it's now getting even worse to try to climb this. Now I have 2 cliffs to climb. What if the bucket list goes on the ground as if it were a bucket? Into the ground? Ah, that's actually kind of the idea. Or, well, the shape itself is not going to go in it. Like, the bucket list is not going into the ground. Like, the structure of it is not going into the ground. But the individual items kind of do. Which is what we're working towards. I will explain in a minute. New food source. Definitely sooner rather than later as well, because I have just stalled myself from doing anything meaningful in the game until the time lapse is over, and it's kind of murderous. Like, I've used probably 5 diamond pickaxes, been surviving mostly off melons. Like, it's been rough out here. Let's see. Piston. Sand. Do I have signs anywhere? No. That's okay, though. Yes, that is everything I need. What is the recipe for concrete powder? Because I think I'd actually be more likely to use concrete powder. I've made concrete before, but I don't remember the recipe for it. Right. Yeah, I could do concrete. Do I have gravel right now? Okay, but I can get gravel without too much trouble. What do I have? Let's just do some white concrete for now. Build the dang bridge. I will. Y'all are way too fascinated in a bridge, considering it's only a, like, mild inconvenience at the moment. Gravel, sand, and dye, yes. Could put vines on the cliff to make it easier to climb for now. I mean, I kind of already do. I'm not going to put vines on that cliff because it is a nightmare to clean up vines once they get out of control. I mean, it's not that big of an... It's just a far bigger pain than it's worth it. It's way easier to just do what I'm doing. Sorry for being late. Went to Costco and just putting all the loot away. No worries. We're really only kind of just getting started. We've only been going for about 30 minutes. Not even. We are working on the bucket list, right? So we're putting a big tree right here. I might do like a small pond around it just for aesthetics. And then we're going to, as soon as I can sleep, I'll show. We're going to put the bucket list in a circle around the tree, and then around that will be a big circular kind of building to be our base. I've changed up the idea for the base a little bit since our crappy drawing a few streams ago. It's not going to be like a tiered cake type of base. It's going to be more of a, I think, cylinder, like circular building, wall goes all the way around. That's where my living space is, and the center is of that circle is the list, the bucket list, and then above that will be like a stained glass dome with a hole in the top. Boat bridge. God help me. Okay. But yes, I wanted to get this figured out real quick. Do I surely I have gravel sitting around somewhere? Yes. There we go. So say this is the ground level, and this is only one thick, so I'm gonna just build it up for now. Obviously, the simplest of redstone contraptions. Actually, I will get opinions on this. I'm just figuring this out a little bit myself. Didn't mean to get so quiet there, but... Okay, so here's how we're going to do the bucket list. We're going to have a circle of these type things. Let's just say, total dummy thing here, make an iron farm. So that's a bucket. Okay, pillagers. That's a bucket list item. And when we finished it, just do that, right? Gets rid of the sign. If it's down, it's marked as complete. Now, the question is it better like this? Or would it be better to have it only popping out of the ground by one block? Have this recessed. Make an iron farm. Whatever. And then when it's complete, it actually goes flush with the ground like that. Because this looks better as a finished state. But this looks better before it's complete. In my opinion. What thoughts? Phantom Angel of Music, welcome to the stream. Good morning. When are we getting a bridge temple? Dear God. What do we think? It's a small detail, but hey, this is like kind of the whole shtick of the series, so let's focus on... If we're going to be obnoxious about small details, this is probably the thing to be obnoxious about. How many of you guys are we working with? Not that many. You guys aren't particularly threatening. I'll let you guys figure that out while I kill these guys. Stay healed up. No reason to make this dangerous. Not dead. Okay, there we go. That was all of them, right? Yep, looks like it. Easy peasy. I know the pillagers. I think hard mode makes them appear more often, because I have seen so many pillagers in this world. It's actually, or just since I've started doing hardcore, like this world and the last. Yeah, see, I'm already up to 4 groups, and I've left a couple alone. There might even be one. I might even have another bottle back at the jungle pyramid. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Jump down was smooth. Thank you. Can you recess the entire thing upon completion? Like, while the thing goes flat into the ground? So you mean, like, is there a way that I could have it like this, but when it's complete, it would still end up flush? Probably. It's a bit of over-engineering, to be honest. I'd have to get more slime balls than I have. Which I believe, if I remember correctly, there is a slime, there's a swamp. Yeah, that's a swamp right there at the end of the render distance. So like I can get more slime balls without a ton more trouble. I just don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. All right, wow, you've done a lot with the island already. Yeah, it's coming along. The basic terraforming is done. We're actually kind of getting to like making it a base now, but almost all of this side, basically everything on this side of the hill is custom. And then this is going to become a beach before it's all said and done. So that's like the one thing of real terraforming that's left. All of this side is mostly natural, although obviously that's custom. But yeah, quite a bit of work. What happens if you put a piston on the piston? Well, so like you can. Yeah, you can put a piston on a piston. Oops. Oh, dang it. That's annoying. And if I power the piston, if I power the bottom piston or the top piston, it extends. Yay. That pushes it up and it will come back down. The problem comes with when they're both extended at the same time. Pistons can't pull extended pistons. So the piston has to be, this piston has to, also worth mentioning that if this is extended, this can't push it. So there's ways to deal with this. Like this is a problem as old as time, but it over-engineers things is the problem. Cat says hi, apparently. But yes, I can do it. I don't think it's worth it for this though. I think. Okay, there is one other idea I just had. Actually, and I'm pretty sure this was the original idea, and I just forgot that this was an idea I had at one point. What we could do is, and we have to go up a little bit to demonstrate this. All right. So say this is a list item. And when we complete it, boom. What did I do wrong? How's that not working? What did I do wrong here? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so I'd have to make normal pistons, which actually makes this cheaper. Boom. Now it's recessed. So we can do that. That's probably the best solution, honestly. I forgot about that, and that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I kind of like, I guess, the only thing I have to complain about is I like, that lever. No, I want my lever back. Thank you. I do a little bit like having the piston arm there like that to give it a little bit of shape looks better than just having a stack of concrete powder. But you can't win them all, right? Is there anything that I could do that would give it some shape that is also affected by not having a base? I could put it... No, I think chains would fall. I guess I could use like a candle or something. Maybe we do a little bit of experimentation. There's definitely blocks that will disappear if they don't have a base. I think I know what's wrong. What do you mean, Joanne? What's the machine for? These are bucket list items. The idea is, right, so we're going to put the bucket list here in a circle. Big cherry blossom tree right in the middle. And then a bunch of those little things we built in a circle, each with a bucket list item. Pull the lever to mark it complete and it recesses into the ground. Just a nice, satisfying thing to be able to do in each episode. Say, hey, we've accomplished the thing for this episode. But what I'm wanting to do right now is just, again, something so it doesn't have to look... I don't know why I'm building this fully like this. This is a waste, but just something so it doesn't have to literally look like that. It's kind of ugly, isn't it? Like, I would like to replace this block with something a little more form fitted. Something that will, if there's no block supporting it, will disappear so that it can fall. Shelves would be a little table. Yeah, shelves would look good. That's an interesting idea. All right, hold on. You might be onto something there, actually. This is going to spend a lot of resources just for a test, but... How many do I get for one craft? I know it's more than one. Please. Wait, what's the recipe? Ah. Okay, it's 6. Perfect. Let's do another test here. Do I need to go that far? Actually... I think for what I'm going for here, this can be flushed to the ground, no problem. Yep. Is this right? Brain, no worky good today. Okay. We'll have to relocate the lever a little bit, I think. That shouldn't be too bad. Do I have any redstone dust over here? Dang it, I don't. Okay, it's fine. Check that out. That's pretty good, right? And then when we mark it for completion... Ooh, I think we found it, guys. That's good, isn't it? Because it doesn't have to go all the way into the ground. The shelves, or the shelves sell it well, right? That's good. The only thing we got to figure out is just how to move this lever somewhere a little better, which I think we can do pretty easily. Let me run over and grab a little redstone. Shelves was a good call. Who said shelves? Gerald? Yeah. Good call with that. Looks like a podium. Exactly. These, I mean, that's kind of what these are. They're little, altars isn't a right word. Just podiums. Yeah, basically. They're like, yeah, I guess podiums is the best word. It's not, it doesn't feel like it's the perfect word, but it is close enough. Yeah, a little bit of redstone. We might need, okay, actually we have exactly enough redstone dust. So hopefully we can just do one piece of redstone dust per list item. It might actually make more sense to do either 8 or 12, and I'll show you why in a minute. 8 or 12 list items is what I'm saying. It is purely for the sake of the build. I hear a drown. Are you scary? No, neither of you are scary. It's like a plinth. I know the word plinth. I don't know what it means. Should make a springboard to jump off the cliff. That's funny. This bothers me a little. I feel like I need a little bit more shaping right there, or a little more gradient on the shading. Come back for it later. So could I not, let's clear out. Can I not put down a piece of redstone right here and then a block and put the lever here? This should work, right? It does. And then I can just do that. Perfect. Problem solved. All right. We've got it made. I will leave this here just for design reference for later. Only other thing, I mean, I'm kind of happy with the oak shelves even. I was going to say, could we use a different type of shelf? But I think the oak is pretty solid, especially if we go with that color of concrete. Plinth is a heavy square block slab or continuous course of stone slash material forming the lowest base of a column, statue, pedestal, or wall. Oh, that was a mouthful. Interesting. Still spouting bucket list ideas. Any redstone game? Hold on. Redstone changes the shelves? It does, but it's not connected to the shelves. Oh. Oh. Actually, that kind of looks better too, doesn't it? You make a great point there. Does that bother me? I mean, it is a little something. I don't know if it's that big of a deal, is it? Is that something that bothers you guys a lot, or do we care? Can we just ignore it? Because it really doesn't make any real difference. It's just the small aesthetic detail is that these lines go away on this side. Also, I'm realizing, I guess there's nothing stopping me also, if it's really that bothersome, to just, yeah, reactivating it. Oh, but while it's on, it's Yeah, so, Joanne, it's a little, basically the way shelves work, redstone, and I've never actually done this either, but I know you can. So the idea with shelves is you have 9 inventory slots, you take 3 shelves, and you can put items in them. So I could go that, and that. And I actually need that. With one shelf, I should be able to... What is the command for, or what is the button for this? Ah, all right. I haven't messed with this very much, but when all of them are powered, you can actually grab a whole hotbar at a time. So it's kind of a way you can store hotbars conveniently. Personally, I've never found it useful enough to care, but it's neat. It is neat. You can put a shelf in a shelf. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is new. It came out when shelves came out. But people, I find them personally far more interesting for building than actual functionality. Functionality is cool. I've never found having hotbar infrastructure of serious importance. It's neat, not really all that important to me. Okay, so the reason I say we need to do either 8 or 12 bucket list items is, let's say each of these is a bucket list item in a circle, right? We've got the block here. This is our center point. Now, if we did 12, we could do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now you have like a fairly even shape. Or if we did 8. And I'm leaning a little more towards 8. Something more like this. Maybe even one further out. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Yeah, they are basically vertical slabs. Not quite, but they're dang close. 8 looks empty. I don't think 8 looks empty. I think 8 looks... Okay, let's also real talk here. So part of the reason I lean towards 8 is I don't want to overcommit to this series. I want hardcore series to last for a while, but I also don't want to lock myself into a series that is underperforming. So like if we get 3 episodes in and this thing starts falling off a cliff views wise, I don't want to be stuck without ending the series, right? I want a clear end point that even if the views become terrible, I can be like, hey, at least I finished the series, you know? If I do 12, we'd be talking, realistically, at the rate these episodes are going to come out, we'd be talking well over a year of this series, which is a big commitment, not knowing how well it's going to do. I do think the series will probably do at least okay out the gate, but I think we start with 8. I think we start with 8 because that means I'm only like pre-ordering around 8 episodes. If you do 8, you got to put something in between. I don't know though. It gives me free access to walk in. Also, you got to think that the shelves do take up a little bit more space. So these things will feel a little bit bigger. Right. I think, and also there's going to be a big tree right here in the middle that has a canopy kind of over this whole thing. I think it'll feel a lot better once it's done. I need you to trust. If it goes unexpectedly, you can replace them with a new set later. Yeah, that's another thing to say is if this project goes well, bucket list doesn't necessarily have to be the end of the hardcore world. Just because I like finish the bucket list doesn't mean my hardcore world is gone. So, who knows what we would move on to afterwards. In Neon we trust. I'm not a very helpful, very trustful person. I don't think I actually need this here to be able to build. Okay, so we know what we need then. We need 8 normal pistons because the sticky piston is... we're gonna need more redstone if we do that though. All right, we need more redstone regardless, no matter what. So let's go hit our dear friend the cave real quick. I don't know if I have, actually no, that's 8 and I'm gonna need, might need to get some more sand. We'll see. No, I need 3 concrete each, which means I got enough. You took the center marker block? I did indeed. It was an accident. And throw something down real quick just to roughly mark it. I think this was it. Does that seem right? No, it's more like here. Yeah, that's about right. Mend your pickaxe or it's gonna break if you're mining. Well, I'm not doing too much mining. Yeah, I probably should. It would be great to have mending. I don't have the stuff for mending yet in this world. I don't have enchantments on anything. I have the stuff to make enchantments, but mending is a whole thing, you know? Free cam is a godsend for this kind of thing. Correct, yes. I mostly just use it for bird's eye view. I have a strict rule about not using it to x-ray unless I very strictly know what is there. Like, I don't mind going in here, for instance, because I know this is just the underside of the build, but I'm not going to go through there because that would x-ray into the world and it would give me information about the world. We're loosey-goosey kind of quote-unquote cheaty rules, but I think we can all agree that that's not giving me any sort of meaningful advantage, and it just saves me time from having to like build upwards and outwards to get a better view. It's looking good, thank you. Yeah, so we don't need a lot of redstone. We literally are just here to grab a bit of redstone, and that's all we need. Just got to be a little bit careful. I try to make sure I'm locked in when I go into caves, because don't need something to go wrong. Just because I'm fairly safe in a cave, like I'm not likely to die in a cave at this point, doesn't mean I need to get lax about it and play the odds, you know? No reason to be arrogant. especially after the last two worlds. Do the springboard so you know where it's safe to jump off. I kind of know in my head where it's pretty safe to jump off at this point. It's got to be some... hi, creeper. Sure. Josh, stop that, OMG. So what? Stop talking about my definitely not soon to be death? I would never die in a cave again. I've learned my lesson and it can never happen again, you know? I've paid my cave penance. A second cave death is impossible now. Okay, here's a skeleton. I hear more than one skeleton. And there's redstone over there. We're getting pranked. Let's see if I can figure out where they are. I don't... Okay, there was one. Any arrows? I'm good on arrows. You're forbidden to talk about dying while in caves. And then we got a bunch of friends down there. Everybody's hanging out by my redstone. Oh, probably not worth it then. What if we just walked away and despawned them? Oh, and there's even diamonds there. Yeah, I want to get down there. Definitely want to get down there. So, walk away for a bit, cause them to despawn, and then we will come back. I've lost so many worlds to caves, or lost camps with loads of resources in caves. Yeah. Probably getting about far enough away to despawn them. Let's just get back here. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's burn a little time. So, if you don't know how the spawning system works, right? Mobs can spawn, I believe it's around 24 blocks away from you. And I don't remember the exact number, but something around like 45, 50 blocks away. If mobs are further away than that, they will start despawning. So there's kind of a little range, a certain distance away from you where they can spawn and stay spawned. Hi, Mr. Creeper. You mad? Yep, you mad. Okay. We still here? Skeleton's gone. I'm also watching for creepers like that one. Okay. Right. Breaching clear, breaching clear. Heard somebody walking around. I think there's another creeper somewhere. There's one down there. I mean, that is redstone. Ooh, diamonds. Greed gets you every time. Potentially. But you can't live a life like that, you know? You gotta get stuff done. You can't live in fear. Live with caution, not fear. Oh, hi, fellas. How we doing? Is there redstone back there? No. Oh, hey, free iron. Cool. Where? Hello. Just now noticing that little thing. Doesn't look like there's really anything there. At least my laptop shows about 30-second head start on my TV. I can see if he dies before the TV shows it. I don't think I'm gonna die, guys. I think I'm good. Actually, live in suspense. It's good for retention. Most obnoxious YouTuber thing you could ever say. Isn't there another creeper down here? Ow. Okay, that's not where you want to be. Stop! No promises. I know there are diamonds back there. I'm just checking to make sure the coast is clear. All right. Yeah. How many are we talking here? Take your bets. How many diamonds? Sure, we could grab a little iron too. It saves me a trip back to the temple. Well, maybe. Oh, it is more than one. Dude, let's go. Are you sneaking up on me? Nope. All right. Oh, hello. Ha, that's kind of a funny sight. Just the one. Just the one. That's okay. Grabbing a little bit of iron again to save us a little bit of money later. Only need 8, so we're good. Let's just check over here. Be nice and careful about it. Yeah. Ooh, it is a good one. Nothing sneaking up? Nope. Gotta just have a head on a swivel when you're in a cave in hardcore. Just always being a little bit paranoid and making sure you're checking all the angles before rushing into things. Makes all the difference. All right, let's get out of here. Passed some free iron just now. It's true, I have a good bit of iron at home, and I can always come back here without too much trouble. One of the, wow, nice work. One of the next places I'll be going in the video, once we're out of the time lapse, is I've been saving actually exploring one little section of this cave for a bit. I missed redstone. Did I miss redstone? And you know what? Wouldn't hurt to have it, because we're already on the brink of using all of our redstone. Where did I miss redstone? Skeleton somewhere? Did I miss diamonds? Where did I miss diamonds? All right. Y'all making me spend longer in the cave than I was hoping to. When you were checking every corner, I saw redstone. Okay, I could definitely believe I missed redstone. You also, though, did you Copper can easily kind of be mistaken for redstone or diamonds at a glance. That's lapis. Where? Did you see that and think that was redstone? Because this is where we were mining those diamonds, those last diamonds we got. And then head on a swivel, turn around. I'm wondering if y'all be tripping. I could fully believe I missed some iron. I'm not too worried about the iron. Oh, there's some redstone. Okay, this might be redstone I missed. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for that. Any diamonds since I'm back here? Any diamonds hidden in the crevasse? Doesn't seem so. How far does this go? Oh, more redstone. Gotta be actually probably not where I should be, because this gives me this is a little too similar to the area that got me killed with the zombies in the first hardcore world. It's a good place to get cornered, which I mean I could potentially save myself from, but why put yourself in a spot where it could happen, you know? Risk prevention is the name of the game with hardcore. Anything hiding over here? You got me greedy. We came all the way over here, and now it's like, oh, I gotta find one more diamond to make it worth the journey back. Oh my god. I found diamonds. I don't know if I want them anymore. Okay, so good news is the cave's not done. Bad news is the cave is very not done. Yeah. I don't need it right now. I don't need to deal with this. So this is a comeback at the very least when you have enchantments. Also, that bat jump scared me a little bit. Yeah, this is a good bailing point. Not worth it. There was diamonds, but I don't need them that bad. Oh, hi, skeleton. There we go. Excellent. True, I could have used water. That's a good point. But, Nope. Abort. Come back. Pull back. Yeah. Yep. Got far more important things to do today, like making a bucket list. There's one by the big lava fall. There might have been. Oh well. We make good choices today. Yep, indeed. Indeed. We might as well get enough iron to smelt. Like, do wasteless smelting. How many is that? That's enough. There we go. And that's why I always die. Yeah, I mean, it was... Chances are we would survive it, but no need to risk it, you know? Not right now, at least. Ew, rain. Blech. Ah, beautiful sunshine. What are the glowy plant things? Yeah, glow lichen. It's just a little thing to create a little bit of lighting in caves so you can tell their shape a little bit more than just looking into a black abyss. That makes it very hard to recognize the shape or make out the shape. Can you grab glow lichen? You can. I don't know if you need silk touch or shears for it. I don't think you can just grab them, but I don't really need it. If you look on the tree by the clock tower in Everwake, you will see I used a bit of glow lichen there. I think that might be the only build I've ever used glow lichen on. Think you need a minion in your hardcore world to grind. You would have stack upon stacks of wars already. Did I leave my bed here? That was not wise. That could have been bad in a certain timeline. Okay, let's get smelting. I mean, probably wouldn't, again, have gotten me killed, but it would have made things stressful. Just a little bit of inventory cleanup at the moment, because yikes. Definitely got enough redstone. Let's go ahead and make 24 concrete powder. Boom. And then I need wood, and I need cobblestone, and I need iron. We need 8 pistons, so almost there. Why could leaving the bed be bad? Because if I don't have a bed on me, I can't sleep, which means if I'm out and about at night, lots of monsters to deal with. Fool! Fool! Welcome to the stream, my guy! How are you today? Did I just hear something? Nope. Dude! Long time no see. Welcome. Just doing a little bit of hardcore. We're working on a bucket list. I got a bucket list for my hardcore world that we're going to physically put into the world. And going to have a nice little mechanism for it. Whoops. There we go. Captain Obvious here. Don't place the concrete till it's waterproof. Yes, true. Well, I mean, it's hard to call this a forever world when it's hardcore, but in theory, kinda, yeah. Just my own personal long-term survival world, because haven't had one of those in a very, very, very long time, probably over a decade. And it's really my first ever hardcore world. Like, I've dabbled here or there. I've played hardcore, but UHCG was not strictly my world. I also didn't start it. Had a couple goes at hardcore, but nothing that's gone any sort of meaningful distance. I've never built a real base in hardcore. So yeah, this is really my first hardcore world, and we've been doing quite a bit of terraforming at the moment. So the bucket list is going to be kind of a little Stonehenge type structure. I'm going to put a big cherry blossom tree custom in the middle right here, surrounded by the bucket list items, which are going to work a little something like this. Hold on. Actually, a little bit shy there, which is deeply unfortunate. Keep those. Keep forgetting shelves. Yeah, the shelves were a very good shout by shoot, who was it? Somebody in chat earlier. Gerald the Owl. Yeah. Made this so much better. Boom. And then didn't I have some more? Yeah. Okay, Okay, that'll cover 6, so we actually do need to get some more oak, but that's fine. So... redstone... dirt... lever... to this goofy again. Ah. So say I have a bucket list item right here. Make an iron farm. Once I complete it, pull the lever, boom, recessed, marked as completion. So I'm gonna have 8 of those in this around the center. Redstone is the bane of my existence. I always need a tutorial. I do and I don't. It depends. The thing about farms is the redstone itself, I'm fairly knowledgeable and understandable about, but there's just weird mechanics they play on. Like, take a creeper farm, for instance. Did you know, or if you've never made a creeper farm, would you know that creepers can only spawn, or can spawn, that creepers are slightly shorter than 2 blocks tall. And because of that, if you put a trap door in a 2 block tall area, if you put a trap door on the roof, it makes it just short enough that only creepers can spawn there. Well, and spiders, but you can also prevent spiders in some other ways. Weird random knowledge to be is required for that kind of stuff, and it does get tricky. Oh, you know what I need is shears. Good thing I got even more extra iron. I always unalive in the first 10 days. I am on my 3rd attempt, fool. This is hardcore round 3. Well, we were supposed to chat, weren't we? Shoot, feel bad. I have forgotten when we said we were gonna chat. Was that supposed to be this morning? Did I mess up there? Okay. It's not like a ton, but I think it's enough for now at least. I can get more later if I really need it. Let's go ahead and chop down the rest of these. Should be plenty going forward. I have a creeper farm, but by tutorial. I also used a tutorial for the one in Everwake. My general thing with tutorials is like, I don't mind too much using a tutorial, but I would, if I use a tutorial, I would like to learn the underlining principles in the process so that maybe the next time I do it, I don't need a tutorial, you know? It really is a wonder in Everwake that I managed to make my first iron farm without a tutorial, because looking back, there were some things that I did not understand and they did create problems, but I got lucky and just found ways to mitigate them just by trial and error and memory of different designs I had seen over the years. My God. That's the thing. There's a lot of things I've never done because I've seen it in a YouTube video. I understand roughly how it works. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't really need to learn it. Or I don't need to do it to learn it. I've already learned it. If I need it, I can know how to do it. You know? And I end up not needing it. Oh. A few leaves I missed. This axe is just gone. You're better than me. It's all over my head. I just like building things. Heck yeah. I mean, I've also had just many years to play this game, you know. I've not always been good at it, and I'm still not always good at it. I love the falling leaves on the cherry trees. It is, yeah, the particles are incredible. We might as well make a diamond axe. Hoy, storage space. Yeah, cutting down cherry trees, not the easiest process, is it? Missing any others? Ah, yep. Hopefully that's all of them. Looks like everything's decaying now. Feels like if there's gonna be one, it's hiding in here somewhere. Maybe not though. No, I think that is all of it. Okay. Except for these. Okay. Bye. Fun fact, cherry logs grow along a single line. What do you mean? Oh. Interesting. Interesting. I think I see what you're saying. It's like they're all on the same Y or X or Z or X axis, right? They choose one of those and it's going to be all along the same. Huh. Holy moly, that's a lot of saplings and such. Oh man. It's been a full week already. It's Tuesday and I've done probably a majority of a week's worth of work already. So a little bit slow. Oh no, I missed some. I knew there was gonna be some missing. Do believe that is everything now. Okay. So, last thing we need. What was the last thing we need? A little bit more oak to get all the shelves we need. Let's go grab a few oak trees. Yes, so no hidden log to the side of that line. Good to know. Probably almost enough, but I'd like to just go ahead and restock a little bit. Tuesday is D&D tonight. Very fun. What's your current campaign? Hi guys. No Trident guys. No Nautilus shells, right? No. Tuesday night's campaign, I'm a dwarf druid. Heck yeah, that's fun. Baldur's Gate, I have been completely ruined for any class other than druid, because particularly later game druid, oh my gosh, it's just ridiculous. It's like arguably overpowered. Like owlbear form and such, you build your druid right, you are able to handle an army yourself. It's a big thing for me and my friend when we were playing. Is it was just me and him playing Baldur's Gate. We got to Act 3, and then what are we looking there? Yeah, might as well grab a couple more. Got to Act 3. He was playing Barbarian. I was playing Druid. We had Lae'zel, and Karlach in our party as well, and maybe Gale. Maybe we swapped out Lae'zel for Gale. I think that's what happened. And yeah, basically it became, I would deal with me as the owlbear, I would deal with all the extras while my friend would handle the main enemy. Because you just can't with the owlbear, just unstoppable. Take out like 2 or 3 enemies a turn. I came late into this campaign because they needed a healer and buffer, so I am Mirtha Moontoes. Ha! Nice. Okay, so we need 4 per. We need 32 shelves. And we get 6 per, so we have, how many more do we need? Math. I think we need 15 more on the dot. No, it's 14. 14 more, which divided by 3, we need to make 4 more shells, which means we need 20, or we need to craft 4 more, which is 24. Hopefully I did math right there. Brain running slow today, so we'll find out. How is the base coming along at this point? Really, really good. Terraforming is basically done. This needs to be turned into a beach, but other than that, everything is kind of shaped. We'll be putting a forest here, main base right through here, farms here. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with the backside here, but this might end up like being animal farming and such. But yeah, all the basic shaping's done. We got kind of all the shading and cliffs and building banks. Ooh, that irritates me. Okay, that's gotta be fixed right now. Let's clear these and then I go patch that. Hubby calls me his hobbit honey. I'm so short, you know. That's cute. He's 6'3" and I'm 5'2". Oh Lord, that's quite a height difference. Yeah, I am just shy of 6 foot. I'm like 5'11 3/4, and my wife is 5 foot on the dot, I believe. Good height difference there too. Let's see. I need a little more stone, which I have. Let's go patch that gap. Where's my bed? Did I leave the bed again? I did. It's fine. I don't need it that immediately. Ooh, a little bit of lag. We're height buddies. I'm also 5'2". There we go. We got people bonding over their height in the chat. Let's go. Where is this? Yep. Any other gaps I missed? No, I think that is all the ones I missed. I don't know. With the amount of time that I've spent ogling this build, I am amazed it took me that long to notice that. Oh, we need a little sleep now. Let's see. Wondering if I try to make a gradient here a little bit more just by throwing down a little dirt. So there's a little bit of grass on top of all this. I think that will make it look better in the long run. So along those lines. Probably. Okay, let's go sleep before monsters start spawning. Low-key wish I was taller because I have to ask my younger sister to help me reach stuff on the shelf. I do see a little thing of sand by the water at the bottom of the cliff. Is that intentional or an error? I think that's just naturally generated. Just hasn't been cleaned up yet. What are we talking? That? Yeah, that's just natural. This has barely been touched down here for the most part. I did a little bit of building up here, but for the most part, this is all untouched other than me removing some trees and vines and such. So lots of vines just growing around here because this is technically sparse jungle right through here. Got the Japanese genes, and my two sisters got my mom's height. She's about 5'11", very tall. Yeah, that's quite tall for a lady especially. Okay. Do I want to bring this over a little bit? No, I think it is about positioned right. Maybe we move it like a little bit. Just like there. Maybe there. Too far up. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's get some extra blocks for building a tree. Wish I had some spruce. There's spruce not super far away, isn't there? Ah, it's way over there. Maybe a little far. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I need a darker wood type. Maybe we can get away with tough. Where's my tough? Actually, what am I talking about? We use deep slate. That makes way more sense. Okay. Now we start time lapse. So let's see how quick I can build a good looking tree. Okay, what we need to do is take some of these logs and convert them into wood. Fun fact, I bet there's a shocking amount of people who don't know this, is if you take logs and you do that, you'll craft them into wood instead of logs, and wood does not have the exposed texture. It's all like side, so you don't get annoying textures. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. Thank you, thank you. Not super sure about this block palette just yet. We'll see. I think this is going to require a little bit of refinement as we go. As someone who's been playing since 1.8, I still associate logs with log type wood. Yep. I did that for a long time as well. Took a long time to get used to that. How are we looking here? Once we get some leaves on it, it'll look good, but I am thinking it might need a little bit more variety of blocks in there to make it feel right. Good shape, I think. Yeah. Now let's start getting some leaves on it. I would break an American house by looking at it wrong. They are paper. It does depend. They are definitely not built as strong as European houses. That is unquestionable. But also, our houses are built weaker actually for safety. I know that's counterintuitive, but we have more extreme weather here, wind in particular, and lighter houses make it so, say you have a tornado or that kind of thing, the shrapnel isn't as damaging, right? Because if you have a roof collapse on a European house, that is so much more weight in those walls and the roof. Whereas here, by having really strong structural designs, impact, like shifting weight doesn't carry as much momentum, and it doesn't deal as much damage. So if you have part of a roof collapse, it doesn't mean the whole house is going to turn into a pancake necessarily. Also, wood is cheaper here in America. Just, we had a lot more wood to deforest for a very long time. It's becoming less of a thing now, but it is still the case. Which, not saying that's a good thing either, but that is definitely part of it. Houses in my area are strong for snow buildup. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. It's very true. Our houses are not sturdy depending on where you live. Most of our houses don't need to be for the most part. Yeah, that's another thing is oftentimes we just don't need that level of sturdiness. Honestly, Europeans don't really either. But I get wanting sturdy houses. How are we looking on? Yeah, we're doing fine on leaves. Remember to do some of those drippy down leaves? Yeah, totally agree. A little bit out on this side, I think. Good. And then probably poof it out a bit on this side, right? Yeah. Yeah, it needs a little bit on the underside, but I can't reach that from here. And that's a little extreme. Maybe even... There we go. Let me go sleep. Definitely help with quality control. Also, I'm tired of white modern slop houses. Oh my god, yeah. Now that I have to complain about with American houses is our houses are just so ugly and cookie cutter right now. Trying to manufacture them as cheap as possible and safe as possible. And they just end up ugly. Like, I live in a brand new build when I bought it. Like, it was freshly built. And our house has zero character. Every little bit of character that our house has is something we've put into it. We did not buy it with any character. It's very, bleh. Might still be a bit much, honestly. And probably one back here too. Right. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, let's fluff it up just a little bit on this side. I think I'm feeling pretty good about it. What do we think? Good tree? I think so. Wish I had like dark oak or at least spruce to replace this deep slate with. I wish it wasn't cobbled. The texture is a little bad. But that might just be something I have to come back and replace later. Oh, Crimson Wood would go hard. You're right. Joanne, I think you're probably right. I think it could use a little bit extra fluffing. Not too much. Just a little bit. But too much more, it'll stop looking like a cherry blossom and start looking like a pink oak. It's the Weirwood Joshua tree. How's that? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. If you ever come to America, just trust your local weather people rather than the big news sites. Way more accurate. Yes, but also nobody's really accurate with the... It also... Okay, accurate weather forecasting in America depends so much on where you live. And it's not the weatherman's fault, necessarily. Like, okay, so where I'm at, here in North Carolina, coastal is insane. Because we have two conflicting weather patterns. We live right on the border of Atlantic Ocean current, like wind currents and ocean currents, bringing warmer temperatures from the tropics up to us, conflicting with temperatures that have swept across the country over the mountain range, and they collide with each other, which a lot of times in certain areas of the country, that's kind of the stuff that leads to tornadoes. Like, tornadoes are mostly caused by pressure differentials caused by hot air meeting cold air. But we're not quite, we're more so, we're like here in the coast, we get more tropical stuff. It's just, so we don't get that many tornadoes. We do get tornadoes here, but not nearly as much as like Tornado Alley. However, because things have gotten hotter, Tornado Alley has shifted closer to the coast, which makes our weather here even more erratic because it depends on cycles of the currents on how much warm/cold air we're getting right here on the coast. Makes it really hard to predict humidity, temperature, all that good stuff. So it gets really hard to find out what the weather is going to be. Anyway, that's my random weather tangent. Okay, I want to dig out the base of this a little bit. We're going to put a little pond of water around it. I think that is pretty good. Actually, you know what would look good? Some mud. Go grab an extra bucket. I love that we're all nerding out about the weather. Although you can be wrong all the time as a weather person and still have a job. I know, right? Weather is such a weird job because it's like, yeah, you can be totally wrong and still get paid just the same. I'm sure there's some sort of like job performance standard you have to meet, but it sure ain't obvious what it is. You had 5 feet of snow in one day and still went to work. Good grief. That's insane. It's just nuts. Okay, now I fill that back up and pause one more time. I gotta make a glass bottle. While I'm at it, I can craft the rest of these shells. We needed 32 total every time. And I made too many. What a surprise. Oh, I made 42. Nice. We're not built for the snow in the south. Very true. Very, very true. Excellent. Oops. Oh, I hope that didn't just create a bunch of damage. How bad was that? Not as bad as I was expecting. Okay. Gotta be careful. Proceeds to not be that careful. Have I spilled a bunch of water? Okay, it's just going there, which is not great. Probably not going to create any mob spawning, so. Remember VA when we had a blizzard in VA, or I remember when we had a blizzard in VA that snowed people in waist deep on their doors. We climbed out and grabbed our sleds, and all the kids were out all day making snow caves and sledding. Sick. That's fun. Oh, come on, man. It's growing way too fast. I don't think that's bad. Maybe a little bit more on this side. Yeah. Every time I flesh it out a little bit more, it makes it feel more barren in other spots. Oh, wow, that grew fast. Probably one here too. I know it's nighttime. I need to go sleep. Okay. Snow is fun. I love the winter. Snowmobiling is a blast. I have a son. I don't have to shovel. That's great. Yeah. Maybe just like one more here. There we go. Sweet. Now I got to figure out where exactly these shelves are going. So if that's the center point, like this. Oh, you know what? Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the fourth block. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. I'll do that. That's fine. Nope. Dang it. Gotta like focus up and make sure I'm counting right, because for some reason this is the type of counting I tend to get wrong. It's kind of an awkward place to count. I don't know how to explain it. Center 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. There we go. And here. The block there. Wait, why is there cobblestone there? That's gotta go. That could be a slab, I think. Maybe. I don't know if that's better with wood or not. Something like that. Don't love it. Let's do this instead. Better. Okay. Anyways. 1, 2, 3 on the fourth. Over 2. Boom. Need dirt again. Actually. Perfect. Now, the initial plan was... Is this really right? That feels wrong. I think I've done something wrong here. 2 diagonal. Yeah, I think okay, I built these 1 block too close in. Which I'm not sure how, because... 1, 2, 3... Ah, yep. Yep. 2, 2. Wrong. Why is this wrong? Is this also 1 too close in? Yes, it is. Oy. See what I mean? This is the type of counting that I get in trouble with. 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay. Oh, well. Excellent. All right. Pause. My son is only 16 and he says no kids. You know, don't be surprised if that doesn't change, but also don't be surprised if it does, you know? Like, who at 16 is going around saying they want kids? I guess some, but if they say they want kids at 16, they don't know what the heck they're talking about. And if they say they don't want kids at 16, they need a little more experience before they know that for sure, you know? I don't think anybody should make any sort of significant life-altering decisions around that kind of thing until at least like the age of like 24 or something. Because you really just, you don't know. You don't know at that age. Okay. I'm gonna poke a hole in all of these, so if I go down there, I can tell where everything needs to go. I think my initial plan was to put the levers on the inside, but I'm realizing it's actually gonna make more sense if I can walk around the outside of these and have all of it facing outwards and have the levers like here, here, here. Yeah. Nice cherry blossom tree just popped in. Thank you, Inkberry. Yes, this is going to be the bucket list for the world. So in the middle of each of these is going to have something like this. And the dummy like they'll each have a bucket list item like make an iron farm. It's all stuff I've never done in Minecraft before. There's going to be a lever to pull like right there. And once I complete it, I pull the lever, this falls in and becomes flush with the shelves. There's going to be 8 of them. 1 per episode is the plan. That was premature again, I think. Is it 1, 2, 3? I think it's like there. Yep. Okay, this is the worst way of trying to do this. I just need to build back out. Mentioned before, but would buttons work better? No, because the lever has to stay on in order to keep the piston extended for this to work. Right, because the piston being extended is a big part of what's keeping the blocks from falling. It's actually turning it off. I mean, okay, I guess a button could I could invert the signal. I could do that. I think a lever's fine though. Maybe, I guess it would fix the little visual issue with the these dudes getting powered, but then I have to how would that work? I have a button there, piston here. It would need to be inverted. I have this pause. Yeah, I do. Inventory is a wreck. Let's go put some stuff away. I'm 19 and I personally don't think I'll ever have kids. Don't get me wrong. I'm good with them, but I very much dislike the idea of having my own. I get it. I do. Definitely gone back and forth myself at times. But just don't be surprised or like disappointed in yourself if your opinions change as you get older, because trust me, the difference between 19 and 29 is way more than you'd think. So Yeah, right. That's right. I was over here. And then I need a button. So I need this to stay extended. If I don't think this will work, right? If I go and grab a piece of redstone and make a torch. I'm not sure I have enough redstone to make this work. Okay, I do. I mean, a button is a little bit prettier and nicer. So I guess if there's a simple way to do this. Yeah, that keeps it extended, and then this won't turn it off, right? No. If I wanted to turn that off, how could I do this instead? Did I lose that redstone torch? I did. Let's go sleep. Thinks he will live with us until 30, which might be the case. It's tough. You know, 15 years ago, living in your parents' house till you were 30 is like, meant you were a bum. These days, it's kind of a necessity. Not necessarily, like I don't, and I'm not quite 30, but like, I got lucky in a lot of ways, you know, it's tough. Just experimenting here to see if there's a way I can easily and cheaply make this work. If I don't think this will work, will it? No. What about this? No. That does. Problem then becomes that I need to turn this off. Ah, but then this is not powered again. Whoa! Okay. And that actually does work. So if I have a block here and a button, which this would be the layout, right? Right, because this would be where the shelf is. Yes. And then the ground. If I press that. Ah, but because that's powered, yeah. Okay. No, I think it's better just to do a lever. I'm sure I could tinker around with this and figure it out, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and make a couple levers just to have them in place. Oh, you can't make it has to be cobblestone for levers. That's a little annoying. What do I need 8 of them. Just realized I need to go and turn all of these on. Could I move these back a block? Would that be a problem? I've now forgotten which ones are powered too, which is annoying. There is a little particle effect that tells you if they're powered. Oh yeah, duh, I can just look. I'm trying to figure out if it's too ugly. The levers are uglier than I thought they would be, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I could do that, right? If I have You here. And then this is on. That does extend it. It actually looks better, I think. I think we'll take that approach. Isn't mud 0 light mob spawn? I think all mobs are, but there's lights here. Oops. Almost, actually, path almost kind of looks better. You put the torch where the second redstone is, I think that would work. I know what you're talking about. The part of the reason we weren't doing that is because we were trying to avoid powering these shelves, and that torch would have powered the shelves. It's not that big of a deal. This is fine, I think. I think this looks nicer. Cover with moss carpet? That's true. I don't have moss carpet right now, but carpet could cover it up. Chat, what do we think? Is it ugly to have them recessed like that? Keep in mind that it does look worse because everything is flat right now, and that this will be surrounded with a little bit of stuff. But just imagine this enclosed in a building. Is that ugly? It's not great, is it? I mean, it's got to go somewhere, right? The best case scenario, I guess, would be this instead. That would be the best case scenario if we could figure out how to wire that. Realistically, it might be more like this might have to go back one to like there. I do like this. And the piston goes where? Here? Yeah, and that doesn't power it. It's tricky. I mean, how much did I make? I actually made 3 here. So if we have 1, 2, 3, yeah. So this can't go down 1 without annoying problems. Stone buttons would look nice instead of wood. Potentially. But the bigger problem is just getting the stupid redstone mechanism to work. I don't think there's any way around having redstone dust here. No, because I mean, I guess, can I move this back one without it being bad? So if I do like this. That works. And then let's go back up. It works, but we're like so far back, I'm not loving it. Pizzazzle, welcome, welcome. Just trying to figure out how to get this to work right. I'm still not in love with that. I think if we're going with the button's got to go here. And I don't know if we can make that work. I suppose what we could do, maybe that's the answer actually. Because of where these are, the way these are oriented, I could put the redstone here, put the torch here, and then take you and do that. Really? Why is that not working? Really? That doesn't work? Okay, this is such a... feels like a waste of redstone to do it this way, but it would work. So sloppy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional redstone per. And there's 8. I think we have... yeah, we don't have enough redstone to do it this way unless we want to go for a little run. I mean, yeah, we could go get more redstone if we really want to. This is such a dumb problem. Right, there's talk of doing it this way, right? But then this powers... Oh, it didn't work, actually. Oh, yeah. Yep. Wait a minute. I'm not stupid, right? This doesn't work. This won't work. Nope. It's about to be nighttime. Why can I not figure this out? This is such a stupid thing to get caught up on. I'm not, okay, good. I did remember how to time lapse. Or... I mean, we can live, we can work with the levers if we really need to. It's not that bad. There's no way to use a slab here that works. No. Wait, why did that work? Oh, that's interesting. Why does that work? Really? The redstone can go through the piston? Is it because it's not a full block? No, it can just go through. That's so weird. Gonna make a tree and leaf. Was fun to hang out for a little while. Riaz, thank you for being here. Sorry, we got a little bit caught up what we're doing. I can't believe this works. So let's just be clear. Wow. I don't know why that works, but it does. So I guess that's the plan. Huh. The more you know. I'm not crazy. That's weird that that works, right? Oh. Let's see. Okay. Right. You... there. Yeah. We need 7 more. It's so dumb. It's like a little bit upsetting that that works, because why? Let's go ahead and go up and place buttons. Perfect amount. Excellent. Okay, now we go back down. Yep. It's like you need the piston powered at all times, except when you press the button, something breaks the redstone. Maybe waterlogged trapdoor. We got a solution now. It's weird that it works, but it does work. No mobs down here, right? Imagine getting killed by a creeper while down here. Oh, that's interesting. That mushroom has been growing. Probably because of the darker light levels. So we go one there. There. Torch. Oh, wow, this is like all solid here. Whoops. And then we're still missing this side. Ah, this is the one I dug out earlier. Right. Okay. Almost there. Is that good? I think that's all of them set up. Okay. Let's make sure we hear a piston activate with each of these. Yup. 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 Yep. Okay. And then on time lapse for just a second, we load these up with concrete. Excellent. We figured it out. And guys, it's definitely about time. We got to figure out what we're actually going to put on all these signs. There we go. And let's just do a quick test. Oh, that actually went lower than I was expecting it to. Why did that go? Oh. Okay, that's a little thing we gotta fix real quick. I didn't think about. We gotta make sure that there is a block underneath each piston. And that's why you test. What's funny is it does ultimately make it flush with the ground like we initially wanted, but I think I like it better when it's flush with the top of the shelves. Let's try that one more time. Excellent. There we go. Yeah, that's one more thing we'll make sure we do real quick. Is just make sure, because there is going to be a block pushed on each of these, that this block on each one is going to be clear. Sorry, I am clueless with ideas, not my area. Glad you have helpers in chat. Hey, you know what? Everybody's got their strengths. Let's see. Oh, that's a little annoying, actually. No, wait, that's fine. It'll push there. Whew, missed it by that much. Looks good to me. All right, let's get it back out. That should have everything working just fine. Okay, so now we do the last fun part. Let's go ahead and finish recording. Building the list. All right, first one, make a conduit. To excavate a trails ruin. Breed a perfect horse. Breed a blue axolotl. Does axolotl end with an E or is it just an L? I think it ends with an E, right? Let me check. It does not end with an E. Okay, good thing I checked. Task 1, make a task board. Done. I missed 2 blocks under pistons. Did I really? Shoot, you're so right. Thank you for that. Yep. Okay. And then make map art. Okay, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 3. Oh yeah, that's right. We went down from 10 to 8, so we have 3 more to figure out. Oh, we wanted to do a Froglight farm, right? Make a Froglight farm. So 2 more. Let's talk options. Hatch a sniffer is one that we don't have. Acquire every record. That's another. Live in the nether. We could do. What do we think? So these are going to be like premises, like the main meat of future episodes. What do we think? Hatch a sniffer. Live in the nether. Acquire every record. Acquire every record could be interesting because there's a few that are dedicated to certain locations, which would mean visiting like a Deep Dark, for instance. Nether Roof I've done before. So the whole point is things, these are not only things to do in the world, but these are things I've never done in Minecraft. So yeah, good shout, but I have done that. Nope, block song. That's right. That was something. Make a sculpt farm to compensate for the UHCG one. Ouch. Ouch. I've made one before, even if it's not a good one. But valid. No block song. I'm hit or miss with that. The biggest reason I'm hit or miss with that is just because I'm really not sure how good of a job I can do. That's what makes me nervous about it. I like the idea. I think we can make it a soft goal to, I would like to do a note block song, but it might be more of a jingle that goes along with something else. Like Hidden Door in the Zelda tune plays, do 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 do, that kind of thing. That I could do, but I don't think it would be a whole premise for an episode. But I do like that idea as something I want to do in this. So yeah, let's keep that one in the books for the future. Acquire a coral zombie nautilus. That's an interesting idea. It's a brand new thing. That's not a bad idea. I think I am. All right. I'm going to give you guys a poll. Straw poll. Which one? So, A, do we hatch a sniffer? Or B, do we get a coral zombie nautilus? Create poll. And I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys. There's a link to straw poll in the chat. Go vote real quick and we'll give it a minute, and one of those will go. And I think we should go ahead and put get every music disc. Why not both? Because there's not enough spots for both. I'm curious. Let me go grab a piece of white dye real quick. Oh no, that looks terrible. Not sure I'm loving the sign choice. Thing is that I feel like exploring a trail ruin already hits a lot of the same beats as a sniffer though. Valid. That's valid. That's a valid stance. After the discs, you could do all trims. My God, that is true. Okay, look, if you want to be super, super technical, this is kind of old lore, but when trims were introduced, me, Viking Pilot, Avid MC, the Fool Fam, Dr. Trog, Devin's Desk, Whimsy, which is somebody not super involved with the group anymore, but all these people, I feel like I might be forgetting somebody. I'm going to feel terrible about it later, but we all did a series called Gilded. Gilded was the first SMP many of us had been in. And the premise of that, we were on Trixie Blocks' Ultimate Survival World, which has totally revamped version of every structure. And we put, as armor trims were introduced, we put each armor trim in their respective revamped structures, did a little bit of doctoring up, and made a whole series out of each episode getting a new armor trim. Now, it was hardcore, but an armor trim grants you an extra life. To this day, we still talk about maybe doing Gilded 2 when Trixie Blocks' Ultimate Survival World 2 is finished, because he's working on that right now. Maybe. It's been a long time now, but we still look back on Gilded very fondly. Anyways, you need an account to vote on Straw Poll? I don't think you do. Maybe you do. I don't know. Show results. What are we seeing? Get a Coral Zombie Nautilus. Won pretty heftily. I think I'm on board with that. I think that makes sense. I would like to get a sniffer sometime. Maybe I can just make that a bonus goal, Maybe that can be part of the archaeology one. Get a Coral Zombie Nautilus. No, I think that's good layup. Okay, that's the bucket list, guys. At least iteration 1. There's nothing to say we don't put more if we want. Joanne, you just beat the dragon. Everybody congratulate you. Joanne, is that your first time beating the dragon, or is it regardless of whether it's your first time? Impressive. Good work. Create a mob museum, all heads collected. Cool idea. We are trying to stick to more rigid, non-abstract concepts, right? So make a conduit, that's a very defined idea. Excavate a trails ruin, very defined idea. But like, for instance, somebody suggested building a zoo earlier, which that is something I've always wanted to do in Minecraft, but it's a very, very abstract concept that has no very firm finish line, and it's not quite what we're looking for. However, at this point, we have finished the list. Oh man, that feels really good. It came out a little better than I was expecting to. I still have some flowers, don't I? I could throw down a couple. First time beating the dragon. Oh, that definitely deserves a round of applause. Your first dragon fight. That is momentous. Well done. That is awesome work. Yeah, I feel like that adds a little something. Just getting a couple flowers around. Also, some lily pads would be nice to have in there, but I don't have lily pads yet. Well, guys, I think that's gonna wrap up the stream. I guess the only thing I'm thinking is, okay, from an aesthetic standpoint, I kind of just want to put signs around all sides of these. It's kind of a waste, but it just looks better. I need 324. that's enough. Okay. Yeah, see, that looks better, doesn't it? It's not perfect, and that little gap irritates the snot out of me, but it is better than this, right? Do you guys agree? Oh yeah, Joanne, huge pro tip. If this is your first time to the end, you don't, there's a really decent chance you're gonna get you're gonna end up dead. And in the void, that's a really good shot of losing all your stuff. Just, you're probably better off going and not bringing your best gear and risking dying a couple times, because it's better than losing all your best gear, right? You can get, like, if you go to the end cities, you can get diamond gear and such, and you can get elytra. But until then, do you really want to risk losing everything? You don't necessarily need to. But guys, yeah, did we agree? I think it's better this way. I think that is superior. Probably good to get some lanterns. Okay, you know what? Last thing, and then we're wrapping up stream. But the torches are bothering me. How about get rid of you? One there. Maybe one here. 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 And here. And then one more in the tree just to balance it out. Right? Keeps things nice and lit up. Cool. Do I just pick a random direction? Oh yeah, so once you kill the dragon, there should be this little thing surround, it'll look like the end portal. It's one block that looks like the end portal surrounded in bedrock. You can either throw an ender pearl into it, or you can use a trap door to get into crouch mode and climb into it. That will teleport you to the outer end, which is a bunch of end islands. And it is kind of just a wasteland of floating islands. But every so often, you'll find a big tree-like purple, what's called an end city. Kind of looks like a wizard's tower, I guess, is the closest thing. You'll know it when you see it. If it has a floating ship coming off one of the sides, that ship will have the elytra. But other than that, inside the end cities, you will find chests full of high quality loot, some of the best loot you can find in the game, mostly like diamond tools and armor and that kind of stuff. You'll also find shulkers, which will shoot projectiles at you. If they hit you, you will start levitating. And when it runs out, you will take fall damage. Thank you, Hollow, for reminding me that I missed a sign. But they drop shulker shells, which can be used to make portable chests. Just a chest that you can pick up and put in your inventory. All of your items stay in it. It's very, very useful for mass inventory movement. Okay, now that we've been on a random rant, guys, we did good. The list is finished, and it looks cute. We're going to build our starter base around this. It's coming along great, guys. We've done good. But on that note, I'm going to exit the game before I accidentally leave myself AFK. It's been a great stream. Actually, one of the longest ones I've done in a while. Not by a lot, but it is longer. So I think we did good. Tomorrow I get Everwake back. Thursday will be the first Everwake stream of the cycle. We will continue to do, I think we settled Tuesdays hardcore, Thursdays Everwake. No, it is the opposite. Tuesday will be Everwake. Tuesdays will be Everwake. Thursdays will be hardcore. So, next stream Thursday. This week it's reversed because I get Everwake tomorrow. So Thursday is Everwake. Then next Tuesday will be Everwake again. Then following Thursday we will be back with hardcore. Until then, oh, Joanne, thank you. I need to raid somebody. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay, who is online? Twitch.tv. Anybody I know online?
That was pretty late.
Looks like I rated Legs last time. I think, yeah, we'll shoot him one more raid. I don't want to raid him all the time. He's a buddy, but you know, like, I don't want to be just constantly shooting him over there, you know. It's weird. It's kind of like if you raid, there's this weird culture, right? If you raid somebody too many times, it comes off like you're asking them to raid you, and I'm not trying to do that with Legs, you know. But today I will do it. Everybody go check out Legs. Legs is an amazing creator, Legundo. We will be raiding Legundo if you're on the Twitch side. And that's that. Yeah, he's on the flight SMP with a bunch of awesome people right now.